Well, dear students, in the last clip, if you remember that we are talking about the perpendicular dissymmetric planes. So I have discussed one example, that is the case of biphenyls. Now see, this is the second example, which are allenes, and see, A is not equal to B, A is not equal to B, and M is equal to if 1, 3, 5 means if number of carbon atoms odd here, then these substituents constitute a different plane, and these two planes are perpendicular. Therefore, the mirror image of this is what? Non-superposable on this. So the molecule is chiral, and these two structures are enantiomers. They are enantiomers, and they can be resolved. They can be resolved in D plus and L minus, right? So this is the class of compound which you can say shows optical activity without presence of an stereogenic atom. So biphenyls and allenes, properly substituted molecules, and they have also restricted rotation. Therefore, our main heading is restricted rotation giving rise to perpendicular dissymmetric plane. So in these molecules there is a restricted rotation, and which results the dissymmetric planes which are perpendicular. So these two are perpendicular plane which make the molecule dissymmetric. One more group of compound is belong to this, that is spirenes, or mixture of spirene and this double bond. So if you take same criteria for that, I have already discussed in the geometrical isomerism, although I am again giving you A, B, A, B. Suppose that this molecule is given, so definitely the plane of this C double bond C and the plane of this ring, is plane of this ring, they are perpendicular. So if you take mirror image of this, you are getting A and B. So this is this plane, and this is this plane. So these two are also chiral, and thus enantiomers, and then can be resolved. D plus and L minus. What is the condition? A should not equal to B, right? So in this way, you can classify the optically active compounds in different groups. Now, let's we do some practice to identify chiral molecules, whether the given molecule is chiral or achiral. Let's do some practice. See, suppose that you have a compound like this. Suppose that a biphenyl compound is given like this. Here COOH is given, here also COOH, right? And here NO2 is given, here NO2 is given, and here some one more, this is given. Now, if it is asked that then this molecule will show optical activity or not, is it this molecule is chiral or not? So, for such type of molecules, see, this is here if you consider this is A, then this is also A. So what I have told you, the condition that A should not equal to B and A should not equal to B. So here A and B both are equal, A and B both are equal. So by this simple examination, A is equal to B, you can say that this molecule is achiral. Achiral means not chiral. If it is not chiral, then it cannot form, cannot exist as a enantiomer. Enantiomer, right? And if it is not enantiomer, so it cannot be resolved. Cannot be resolved. So the molecule is optically inactive. Achiral means optically inactive. So if you see here, there are so many terms, keywords are here. Optically inactive, achiral, enantiomer, resolved. So examiners try to twist the question with different terminology. So be careful. Similarly, if you see another example, if we change this these groups interchange with each other, NO2, COH, COH, NO2, like this. If we take this molecule, then what will happen? Then in this situation, A is not equal to B, A is not equal to B, and the size of A and B is sufficiently large. So definitely this one of the ring will make a structure like this. So this is what solid wedge I have shown here, solid wedge, and this is dash wedge. Means the plane of this, let it be the ring A and this is ring B. So ring A, plane of ring A is perpendicular to the plane of B. So if they are perpendicular, means in this system there is no symmetry, and therefore the mirror image, whatsoever mirror image we are getting here, it is non-superposable. So mirror image is non-superposable. So mirror image is non-superposable, therefore they are, this molecule exists as a pair of enantiomers. Exists as a pair of enantiomers, right? Means this can be resolved and the molecule is chiral. Similarly, some other molecules, suppose that it is given to you that a structure like this, H and CH3. Suppose that it is asked regarding this. So rest of the condition fulfill this n is equal to 1. These are constitutes the perpendicular plane, but here A is equal to B. So due to the presence of this A is equal to B, this molecule is achiral. Achiral means or inactive or non-resolvable. Right? Now, if we change C double bond C, CH3 and H, CH3 and H. Now A is not equal to B and N is equal to 1. So definitely this molecule exists as a pair of enantiomers, right? Pair of enantiomer means this is chiral, means this is active, means can be resolved in D plus and L minus. So in this way, you can find out whether the molecule show the optical activity or not. But this method where you have to make the model, and after making model, make the mirror image, and if mirror image is non-superimposable, or you have certain condition like I have given you, A is not equal to B, and like that. So you have to analyze many things. After analyzing many things, only you can conclude, okay, this molecule is chiral or achiral. So scientists also felt the same problem in the past. So they have devised some theoretical method, and you cannot believe that nowadays what a theoretical methods we have to identify where they are enantiomers, whether the molecule is chiral, whether the molecule is achiral, whether the molecule will show the optical activity or not. For explaining all these things, we have a fantastic theoretical concept known as absolute configuration. absolute configuration to the stereo center. So by using absolute configuration to the stereo center, we can identify all these terms, whether the molecule is meso or it is racemic mixture, or it is resolved, it can be resolved, or it cannot be resolved, like that. But remember one thing, this is not directly mentioned in your IIT JEE syllabus. So hardly matters if you have any good theoretical concept, the good theoretical method, and by using that method, if you are able to solve your IIT JEE problems, then hardly matters why we are go for that theoretical concept. So now we will start that theoretical concept, and popularly known as absolute configuration. Popularly known as absolute configuration to the stereogenic center or stereogenic atom. So our next heading is absolute configuration, absolute configuration to the stereogenic atom, stereogenic atom. Absolute configuration, basically the term itself indicating that we are not taking any reference for this nomenclature, and this absolute configuration is also termed as a RS nomenclature to the stereogenic atom. Right? So whether you are telling this absolute configuration, whether you are giving absolute configuration, or you are doing RS nomenclature, both the terms are same. So this RS nomenclature is based on the priorities of groups around stereogenic atom. So whatever the groups present around the stereogenic carbon or stereogenic atom, on the basis of priorities of those groups, we assign this R and S nomenclature, or R and S designation to the stereogenic atom, right? And what is the basis of priority? It is clear whenever you are going theoretical priority to the any group. So priority is based on the CIP rule, which you have already gone through. Kohn, Ingold, and Prelog rule, right? So on the basis of CIP rule, you give the priorities to those groups or atoms, and after that you should assign the R and S nomenclature. See, we have different representations for organic molecules. So I'm giving you one by one method for the nomenclature of R and S in each structure. Suppose that the molecule is given in Fisher projection formula, or in 3D formula, dash formula, or even in cyclic molecules, whatever the situation is given, I am giving you the method of absolute configuration for the molecules. So first I am taking Fisher projection formula, and the Fisher projection as the name itself indicates, that this is projection formula, this is not the actual. So the Fisher projection formula, it is the 2D representation of a 3D molecule. So Fisher projection formula, it is 2D representation of a 3D molecule. So if you have a 3D molecule, then you have to represent in the 2D structure. So 2D representation, or you can say planar representation. So Fisher projection formula, it is given by Emil Fisher, and this is a planar structure, this is a 2D structure of a 3D molecule. So there are certain rules for writing a Fisher projection formula, but at your level it is not, it is never be asked that write the Fisher projection formula, proper Fisher projection formula for that. I am giving you just how to nomenclate or how to designate R and S to the stereogenic atom. And in between, I will tell you how to make a proper Fisher projection formula. See, in Fisher projection formula, 2D structure, suppose that a molecule is given like this, H, NH2, COH, and CH3. So this is the 2D representation. So in this formula, the groups which are present in the vertical line, they are going away from the observer. Suppose that you are an observer, so these two are away. So if I am sitting on a table, sitting on a chair with table, so these two groups going below the table. When I am standing on a board, then the vertical line groups are directed away from the board, means if the next wall to next, if there is a room, so these two groups are directed away from your board. And what the groups are presented on the horizontal line, they were directed above the plane. Above the plane, if I am sitting on a chair table, so it is above the table, means it is towards the observer. The horizontal line groups which are present, they are towards the observer, and vertical line groups, they are away from observer. So this can be represented like this: COOH, CH3, H, and NH2. So this could be a representation of this 3D molecule in 2D. Both the structures have same configuration, means this carbon has same configuration here and here. There is no change in the configuration. See, one important point I would like to decode here, that every plane is superposable on its mirror image. On its mirror image, right? So whenever you are writing the formula of any chiral or achiral molecule in terms of a planar structure, like in case of Fischer projection, whether it is optically active or whether it is optically inactive, you cannot make it non-superposable. It is always superposable. So this is here I am advising you that do not test the superimposability or non-superimposability in a flat 2D structure or planar structure. It will always mislead you and give a wrong conclusion. So that's why I have started this RS nomenclature. Once you equipped with this RS nomenclature, there is no problem. Whatever structure is given to you, you are in a position to give the exact correlation, stereochemical correlation. See, for the simple purpose, I am giving you this Fischer projection formula and a little bit about Fischer projection formula, right? So these two groups are going away from observer. They are away from or behind the plane, and these two groups are above the plane. And you know, the plane will be redefined with respect to your reference. If you are somewhere else, your plane, reference of plane will be changed, right? So accordingly, you will decide. See, suppose that I have this structure, the same structure, COOH, CH3, H, and NH2. This is stereogenic. Now, I have done some operation on this molecule, and H here and NH2 here and CH3 here and COOH here. So correlate what I did on this molecule, what I have done on this molecule, so that this is converted into this. You know, correlate. Suppose compare these two structures. NH2 is here, NH2 is here. So if we rotate this molecule by 180 degree in the clockwise like this, if we rotate this 180 degree, so if we rotate this 180 degree, so NH2 will come here, NH2 will come here, and H is here, CH3 will come here, and COH will come down. So this is structure 1 and this is structure 2. Is the structure 1 and 2 are equivalent as per the rule of configuration? So the answer is S. So 1 is equivalent to 2. So what you can conclude from here, suppose that a molecule is given to you and you have rotated that molecule in the plane of the paper by 180 degree, this will always produce identical molecule. Means 180-degree rotation on the plane of the paper, on the plane of paper, no change in configuration. No change in configuration, right? Means these two molecules are same. Suppose that we put a mirror here. Suppose that I am taking the same structure, COH and CH3, or suppose that we know what to do. Leave this because without RS it is difficult for you. So one operation you have learned here, that if you rotate any molecule in the plane of the paper, it always gives you the, same molecule, no change in configuration, right? See, I'm giving you some shortcut. That's why I'm not going to tell that 90-degree rotation and then 290-degree rotation will give the same structure. I am not going to that direction. I am giving you direct relation for assigning R and S. Now come to the R and S nomenclature, and through R and S nomenclature we can prove that these two structures are same. So how R and S nomenclature and how RS and designations are made? See, what you have to do, you do allot the priorities to the groups which are attached around the stereogenic carbon, and always move from 1 to 2 and 2 to 3. Always remember, from 1 to 2, your movement is from 1 to 2 and 2 to 3. If it is clockwise. What about 4? If 4 is coming between 1 and 2, ignore that 4. If 4 is coming between 2 and 3, then also ignore. If it is clockwise, then the configuration is R. And if from 1 to 2 and 2 to 3, you are getting this kind of movement, counterclockwise. So if it is counterclockwise, then it is S, right? And this is R. Again, the same thing, ignoring 4, right? And one more thing, I am giving you the shortcut here. If lowest priority group is on horizontal line in Fisher projection formula, then change, then reverse the configuration, then reverse the configuration, right? If it is clockwise, then put S, and if it is counterclockwise, then put R. If lowest priority group is on horizontal line, this is a shortcut. No need to convert any structure in any other form, right? Now come to this molecule. Again, I am writing this H, COH, NH2, and CH3. First, you have to allot priority. So nitrogen, carbon, hydrogen. So the first priority goes to this group. Now carbon, here oxygen, here hydrogen. So second priority will go to this group. And third priority goes to this group. And fourth priority group is here. So now see, where is the fourth priority group? Fourth priority and least priority group is where? It is on the horizontal line. So what shortcut I have given you? The shortcut is, if least priority group is on the horizontal line, what you have to do? You just reverse the answer what is coming. So first you have to find which what is the rotation is coming. So as I have told you, put your pen on the number 1 and follow number 2. So you have to move number 2. After number 2, you have to follow 3, ignoring 4. So after 2, you have 3 here. So you have to move like this. So which kind of rotation you are getting? You are getting clockwise rotation. So it should be R, but see, since I have not I have not made any change in the Fisher projection formula, I want to directly assign R and S here. So we have to follow this shortcut. So least priority group is on the horizontal line. So whatever is the rotation is coming, you have to reverse. So clockwise is R, but you have to put S here. So what is the absolute configuration for this stereogenic center? S. I think all of you are getting. Now see, I'm going to make the absolute configuration for this. CH3, NH2, H, and COH. Again, assign the priorities 1, 2, 3, and 4. Again, the least priority group is on the horizontal line. Put your pen, move from 1 to 2, 1 to 2, 2 to 3. Again, it is coming what? Clockwise. So R, but it is S because least priority group is on the horizontal line. See, in both the structures, they have same configuration S and S. Therefore, these two are same molecule. So, dear students, no need to put what mirror, no need to check the superposability test. Just assign R and S and make the stereochemical relation between two structures, right? So this is the simplest method how to find stereochemical relation between two structures, right? So first of all of you should try some R and S nomenclature to the certain compounds. After that, one by one, I will explain you the stereochemical relation, how to make stereochemical relation, right?